5 seconds, 2 seconds. Ready. Madam Chairman, the amendments that have been brought here in this bill are mostly innocent in nature and necessary. Some of them are not at all important, but there are few clauses which I would like to highlight here. I would request the Honorable Minister to reconsider whether these can be reframed in such a manner that certain controversies which may occur in future are not there. There should be no chance of such a controversy in the bill. I would request the minister to consider in that light. Coming to clause 5 of the bill, it has been suggested that the central government may also appoint public prosecutor or additional public prosecutor when the state government is there to appoint public prosecutor or additional public prosecutor either in high court or in district court. I think the central government not have taken that power also to appoint public prosecutor or additional prosecutor at the district level or even in the high court. They could appoint them through the state machinery only. If there are two sets of public prosecutors in a particular court, one for the central government and the other for the state government holding two different views, then there will be some confusion. In certain cases where the central government may require the help of certain public prosecutor, that appointment should go through the state machinery. They may require the help of certain public prosecutors that have been appointed by the state government itself. If it comes to directly appointing any public prosecutor for any court, then in that case the jurisdiction of a particular court may arise and certain other confusion may also arise there. So to avoid that sort of misunderstanding or holding of different views by different sets of public prosecutors, I think appointment of any public prosecutor should be by the state alone and not directly by the central government. You will also find in subclause 15 of clause 18 that the public prosecutors in district level should be appointed from the panel that is to be prepared by the district magistrate. In the case of the state government, the public prosecutors should be appointed from amongst those in the panel and not from those whose names do not appear in the panel prepared by the authorities in accordance with the procedure laid down by the state government. My honorable friend Sri Krishna Reddy pointed out that our balance of payments was most unfavorable with Germany. I know that it has been unfavorable and while partly this is due to Germany imposing very high tariffs. Let us realize that we have had to depend for aid and capital from the developed countries, notably Germany, and as such our balance of payments is bound to be unfavorable. It has been recommended by my friend that we ought to think of the pattern of trade being changed so that the Eastern European countries might be our main customers before us. The advantages of the rupee credit and rupee payments are dangled. I only want to sound a note of caution. While it is true that from the point of view of our immediate difficulties, rupee payments offer a solution in the sense of imports not being a current draft on our foreign exchange resources. We ought not to suffer from the delusion that we are getting something for nothing, nor can we think that these rupee payments which are made may not work to our disadvantage. I do not purpose to go into this question today, since the issues that merit consideration are different. I hope that Parliament will have an opportunity of discussing the whole scheme of rupee payments on some other occasion, so that we might have an opportunity of weighing the advantages and disadvantages of such rupee payments. No one for a moment objects to diversified pattern of trade, a structure of trade which is not dependent on any particular grouping of nations. We have emphasized to a certain extent this diversified structure of trade. Probably in the future we have to emphasize it even more. But what is the position today? As it is, the terms which can be arranged for UK entry into the common market are not dependent on that country alone. They are dependent on others as well. This is the position which we face. We should now find out how best we can line with this situation. There is one thing which has to be affirmed on this occasion. I hope Parliament will affirm it, because there is a danger of our overlooking it to the extent that we suffer by the new groupings in Europe. The moral responsibility of those countries to compensate us is all the greater. This would be in conformity with the trend of modern things. In a modern welfare state, if an individual derives a benefit and others suffer injury, there is a principle of compensation or reparation that comes into operation in such a case.